The Whale Rider is an award-winning novel written by Witi Ihimaera. It centers around a Maori tribe in modern or post-colonial New Zealand. The story follows a young girl named Kahu, who faces challenges of discrimination due to cultural beliefs when she's supposed to be the new chief. The main challenger to her position is her grandfather, Koro Apirana, who very strongly believes that only men can handle the role. Throughout the story, Ihimaera uses magical realism displayed by Kahu's ability to speak to whales in order to display the importance of nature, effects of colonization, and healing by reconnecting with culture and community. There are many symbols throughout the story that contribute to these ideas, and I'll be explaining them to you. If you haven't read it yet, and you totally should, the very broad story of the Whale Rider is that a girl named Kahu is the eldest child in her family, meaning that she's supposed to become the chief, but unfortunately, her grandfather, Koro, is very opposed to this, as he believes the role should only be given to a male. Kahu has to prove that she's worthy of the position, and she does at the end by communicating with a whale and riding it, saving the pod of whales and almost costing her her own life. This act proves to Koro that she's worthy of the role of chief. Now that we're at least sort of familiar with the story, given that very broad summary, I'll be telling you about the symbolism throughout it. A lot of the main symbolism in the story is represented through the characters, the main symbol being modernity and adjustment to change in the world. This is best shown by Koro Apirana, Kahu's grandfather. He's really stubborn and he's opposed to Kahu taking up the role as chief, which is mainly due to his strong traditional values about who should be leader. On page 16, Ihimaera wrote, Koro Apirana could not reconcile his traditional beliefs about Maori leaderships and rights with Kahu's birth. I won't have anything to do with her. This quote shows how Koro can't overcome his prejudices and beliefs even when it negatively affects his own granddaughter. This is displayed by his lack of love for her throughout the story, as he only shows love for her at the very end of the story when he finally states, "You're the best great-grandchild in the whole wide world. Boy or girl, it doesn't matter," on page 149. Koro represents cultural negligence and stubbornness to adapt to modern society. He also represents the belief that things should go back to how they were before colonization, rather than Maori people adapting to new society. Another character that is a symbol is Kahu herself. She represents reconnecting to culture and cultural continuity and thriving in modern society after colonization. On page 6, she's represented as a spear that was thrown in the sky by Paikea, the founder of a Maori tribe. It's written that she's meant to be the one to flower when the people are troubled and it is most needed. Kahu possesses the ability to speak to whales, which is an example of Ihimaera using magical realism in his writing to convey a message. Her ability to speak to whales is a symbol that represents Maori people reconnecting to nature, which is a major theme explored in the story. I'll expand on this in a second. More big symbolism in the story shows the relationship between Maori identity, connection to the natural world, and history. The main symbols in the story are whales, which should be kind of obvious since they're in the title of the book. A quote from the book that shows this really well is on page 117, where Ihimaera wrote, "The whale is a sign, it has stranded itself here. If we're not able to return it, then this is because we have become weak. If it dies out here, we die." I think that this quote really shows one of the major points that Ihimaera was trying to enforce when he was writing this book, that point being that mankind is really connected to nature. This means that people should prioritize caring for nature, as if nature is healthy, people are more healthy in return. Another quote that shows this sentiment is on page 50, where he wrote, "Once there were many of our protectors, now there are few. Listen to how empty the sea has become." This semi-depressing quote shows the impacts that being careless and reckless regarding both nature and culture itself, as it shows that nature gets thrown off balance when the world adjusts to the modern world, and Maori people start losing their identity and forgetting their history, which is represented by the loss of protectors in the quote. In this amazing book, Witi Ihimaera shows the importance of adapting to a changing world in order for a culture to stay strong and survive. He also focused on the importance of protecting nature, mainly by using symbolism of whales and their relationship with humans to show how, if nature is more healthy, people tend to be healthier and more protected. If you haven't read it yet, please read it. It's very important for both understanding Maori culture that the story is based off of, and understanding the main themes of the story regarding nature. Thanks for watching.